a live streamer who built his entire platform on walking up to black people in public and calling them racial slurs to their faces, on camera for content, just ended up on a stretcher outside a Tennessee courthouse. His name is Dalton Etherly. He goes by Chud the Builder online. He calls himself a free speech patriot. He's 28 years old. He's a contractor from Clarksville, Tennessee. And today, at approximately 1:15 p.m. outside the Montgomery County Courthouse, a confrontation between him and another man escalated into gunfire. Both men were hit. Both were taken to the hospital. And Etherly, who live-streamed the entire aftermath while lying on the ground talking to paramedics, may have actually been hit by his own weapon. He asked a first responder on camera, "Did I hit myself or did I graze it?" The responder told him, "It penetrated, yeah." The DA has confirmed Etherly is a suspect. Formal charges are pending. And the internet is saying what a lot of people have been thinking for months. This was only a matter of time. Here's what happened. Etherly was at the courthouse today for a civil case. A credit company called Midland Credit Management had filed a lawsuit against him back in February over a $3,300 unpaid debt. He was scheduled for a status hearing this morning. At some point after arriving, Etherly got into an altercation with an unidentified man outside the building. A witness told Clarksville Now that the other man hit Etherly first. Etherly told TMZ he was jumped and pulled out his weapon in self-defense. District Attorney Robert Nash told Newsweek that Etherly opened fire during the confrontation and appeared to have hit himself in the arm in the process. The other man was airlifted to Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville. Etherly was taken to a local hospital. Both are in stable condition. The courthouse was immediately locked down. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and Clarksville Police secured the scene by 1:45 p.m. Nash said his office is reviewing the facts for formal charges. But here's the thing. This didn't come out of nowhere. This man has been escalating for months, and nobody stopped him. His entire content model is built on racial provocation. He walks up to black people in public spaces, restaurants, sidewalks, parks, and uses the most dehumanizing language imaginable. He has multiple videos online where he refers to black people using primate comparisons. He films people's reactions, and he uploads it all for an audience that cheers him on. He calls it free speech. Everyone else calls it what it is: targeted racial harassment designed to provoke a reaction so he can film it. And this week alone, before today's incident, he'd already been arrested once. On Saturday, May 9th, Etherly walked into Bob's Steak and Chop House, an upscale restaurant inside the Omni Hotel in Nashville. Staff asked him not to live stream inside the establishment. He did it anyway. When they asked him to stop, he became aggressive, yelling, screaming, and making racial statements at staff and other guests. He ordered 2 entrees, cocktails, and appetizers, totaling $371. Then he walked out without paying. Police arrested him on charges of theft of services, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. He posted $5,000 bail and was released. 4 days later, he was outside a courthouse with a weapon. His arrest affidavit from that Nashville incident is telling. Prosecutors described him as a live streamer who filmed content, including racially charged content, on Broadway for social media. That's law enforcement officially acknowledging what this man does for a living, and he was still walking around free with a weapon days later. Court records also show Etherly has a separate unresolved criminal case on a harassment charge from November 2025. So heading into today, he already had an open harassment case, a fresh arrest from 4 days ago, and a civil lawsuit for unpaid debt, and he was still live streaming, still provoking, still carrying. The conversation online right now is split into 2 camps. The first camp is saying he got what he deserved. The second camp is asking why it took this long, because this man didn't hide what he was doing. It was all on camera. Every slur, every provocation, every time he flashed his weapon at someone, he uploaded it himself. He monetized it. He built a following around it, and the platforms let it stay up. The legal system let him walk on bail, and nobody intervened until gunfire happened outside a courthouse in the middle of the afternoon. Tennessee law, specifically Code 39-17-309, declares that every person has the right to be protected from fear, intimidation, harassment, and harm caused by individuals regardless of race. Etherly's entire content catalog is arguably a violation of that exact statute. And yet here we are. Not because the system worked, but because it didn't. Dalton Etherly is in custody tonight. Formal charges are pending. The other man is in stable condition at Vanderbilt. And the live stream that captured the whole thing is still online, because of course it is. Subscribe, because when the charges drop, we're covering it.